Depending on who you ask, they'll tell you I'm a legend. From YO to the Veil to the Mongo spot on Creston. Always been 1,000, never ever been a lame. Lay a nigga down for these 3 letters on my chain.
Top of the top, y'all, what's going on with it, man? This is your boy, your dog, J Hood and all that, and you are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Tales from the Hood vlog series, man. Stop what you're doing right now. Right this second, make sure you go stream and download my new album, Self, and while you at it, snatch up the Pesci trilogy, 1 through 3, and then, grab up the Best of Hood, Flashbacks of the Block, man. All that classic D-Block material that y'all came up on, y'all gonna fuck with it. Trust me, thank me later, all right? Let's get into this shit. On today's episode, we're going to speak about the day that Money Mayweather came to the D-Block studio and had everybody, I said everybody, feeling broke, right? I never forget this shit. So this was like 04, 05, right? You know, Mayweather was fucking with us. We was buzzing like stupidly in the streets. Now, I forgot exactly why he pulled up to the studio, but we was doing some type of business. So he came to the lab with like 4 of his people. I think his bodyguard, his manager, and like 2 of his homeboys or some shit like that. So they came like 3 cars deep, all foreign joints. So he get upstairs, you know, we dabbing him up, greeting him and shit. So as he's sitting down, you know, he's kind of joking around about the car that he had to pull up in and shit. He like, man, I don't feel like myself today. We like, what you talking about? He like, man, I feel broke, man. I had to drive in this S550 Benz and shit, man. This shit is only like $250,000, man. Everybody looking at me like, that's broke? He's like, yeah, man, I'm used to driving in I'm used to driving in $500,000 cars. You know, they ain't have what I normally ride in at the airport and shit, so they gave us this little $200,000 car, man. You feel me? Like, I ain't used to driving around no shit like this. I need at least a $500,000 type V. I'm like, I'm looking, kissing everybody looking, they like, you know, we want to laugh, but we can't relate. You dig? Like, he got that other type of bag. Like, so I'm like, nigga, the big homies looking at you like that, nigga. This shit is crazy. You feel me? Like, I mean, I hear you. If you feel broke, riding around in that, man, I'm trying to be like you. Let me feel that type of broke that you talking about. You dig? Because I don't know nothing about that. So, you know, like I said, he laughing, but we ain't laughing as hard as he is, because that shit ain't that funny to us. You dig? So, a little after that, I think Luch and P went to the back to play some of their music for, I think, his manager and one of his homies or some shit. So while they went to the back, me and Mayweather, we stood in the front area of the studio and we was like chopping it up. You know, just talking about a lot of different shit. But one of the things that we was talking about is defense and boxing. And I was like, yo, you should show me something, man. Show me some quick shit. So he showed me the shoulder roll. You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna tell you guys everything that he told me and show you everything that he showed me, but he basically told me how to do it and told me the purpose of it. You feel me? Like, you know, you gotta throw your hands up and make sure you set your hands, and person swing at you, you know, you do that, and then what that does is it prevents them from hitting you and you blocking their punch with your shoulder. Then I tried punching him, and every time I swung at him, he did this shit just so I could get it and I could know how to do it correctly. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, this shit is super dope. I'm getting taught defensive mechanisms. I'm getting taught defense by one of the boxing goats. This is crazy. I'm never gonna forget this shit. So that's something that I always kept in the back of my mind. That's something that a lot of people can't say. You feel me? Like, nigga, I got taught boxing defense, like, on some quick shit. I know real, like, lessons in a ring type shit, but just still in all, even that. I'm like, I got taught that by one of the goats of boxing. You dig? So that's something that I always kept dear to me, and then in my memories and shit like that. And I fuck with me for that. You dig? But what stood out to me the most was the shit that he said about feeling broke, about the $200,000 V. I'm like, nigga, if this nigga talking like that, I can't wait to be able to, like, you know, say some shit like that. He dig? Like, even if a nigga don't get to that level, you could be inspired by that and, you know, aspire to become like that. You dig? So that shit gave me inspiration, man. So I thought that was like a pretty interesting story about Mayweather that I definitely wanted to share with you guys, because I'm sure y'all had no idea, you know, that he came to check niggas and that he said that. So Like always, man, I just had to share that. I hope you guys having the rest of your day. And to my supporters, salute to y'all. To my haters and the miserable people behind the keyboards that be leaving crazy comments, salute to y'all too, man. I love it. Keep it coming. Make sure you like this video, subscribe. Wait for my next joint, and until next time, Tales from the Hood.